Hi, my name is Riley Allen. This is my review of Season 2, Episode 11 of Breaking Bad, titled Mandala. So we start off with Combo on the block, selling. But a car pulls up, and he initially tries to sell to him, but they just stare at him. He pulls his gun out to show that he's armed, and they drive off before pulling up to watch at a corner as this kid on a bike rolls up and shoots Combo dead. Jesse freaks out and ends up calling Walt, and Walt admits he doesn't know which one that is. Skinny Pete is like, hell no, I'm out, can't do it, I'm done, I quit. Fair enough to him, I guess, fair enough. Jesse's freaking out. He's getting worse, in the addiction. He and Jesse go to Saul's, and they have arguments about the death of Combo before Saul asks him how much meth they still have left, and they inform him, 39 pounds. He proceeds to tell them that they suck at selling. He sets up a meeting where they're going to meet a guy who would buy it, who'd help him, a kingpin. They go there. Jesse shows up late and high. The manager, or what they assume is the manager, comes over to talk to them before leaving. Jesse leaves, and Walt ends up leaving. And he finds out from Saul that the guy was there. I guess he just didn't like what he sees. And make Walt clock that it was actually the manager. So he goes there, goes back to talk to the manager. And basically, plead his case. And it seems that he's going to agree, but the thing is, he doesn't trust Jesse. We later learn his name is Gus. As Gus walks away, he says, "Never trust a drug addict." Jane has relapsed. That's her name, Jane. Jane has relapsed, and her and Jesse get high on heroin and meth. As Walt goes back to the place and finds out that Gus isn't the manager, he's the owner. And one of his henchmen informs him that there's going to be a deal in an hour. 38 meth, 1.2 million. Be there or don't ever come back. So now he's got to race to Jesse. He ends up breaking Jesse's door down because Jesse's higher than a fucking kite. Slapping him around, trying to figure out where the meth is. Gets the meth and books it. There's a problem, though. Skylar goes into labor. And he realizes he's going to have to miss the birth of his daughter. Also, the Ted and Skylar thing is still kind of going on in the background. Well, not so much a background. It's, kind of a main story. It's Skylar's main storyline. Again, I don't think it's going to go there. I don't think. I could be wrong. We do learn that Ted has been embezzling $1 million. So, piece of shit. So Walt is going to miss the birth of his daughter, and I don't see a damn scenario where Skylar accepts any excuse that he's going to give. I could be wrong, though, but I just don't think it's going to be any excuse she's willing to buy. I think Walt is going to successfully hand over the meth and get the money. I think despite the death of Combo, Skinny Pete getting out, and Badger being lost to him, he's still going to insist on kind of expanding with the help of Gus, I guess. I'm assuming we're going to get more information on who the kid is that shot Combo, or the gang, the rivalry, whatever the hell's going on. Maybe Skinny Pete and Badger might come back into the fold, I don't know. I definitely think Jesse and Walt's relationship is definitely going to get worse due to the death of... Not just the death just the death of Combo this episode, but Jesse's continuously deteriorating, addiction. Overall, I'm going to give this episode a solid 8 out of 10. I liked it. I also think that Walt's going to take Gus's words to heart and not trust Jesse as much. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.